This is the first video I'm doing for the YouTube channel I've just created, and the difference is that this is going to be a journey from the point of view of someone who is homeless and trying to get one of the most simple things that should be available to all who are trying to survive, and in the most crude way, pay their taxes. And I don't think it's too disingenuous to say that food and shelter are two of the most basic things should be available to those of us who didn't ask to be born. Okay, so I've said that. But there's been a lot of kind of misconceptions about what it entails to actually kind of recover from the bottom of the barrel when there is a bureaucratic brick wall that one hits, when you don't have any credit history, and two, you have no family to fall back on. The difference is, when you have no family, the difference between sneaking back up into your old bedroom or staying with a friend or a sister or a brother on the floor and being on the street with a sleeping bag where one is judged. So there's a lot of kind of misconceptions over what it entails, but there's also a lot of misconceptions over what you come up against. And last time I was homeless, it took me many years to get somewhere to stay because I didn't understand or appreciate what was available or what I had to go through in order to achieve the most basic of shelter for myself. None of my family had ever claimed any benefits. I wasn't schooled in it, nor was I prepared to lie to a system that I was unfamiliar with. Silly me thinking that somewhere to stay would be the first step in kind of recuperating from a place that I won't go into now, but we will explore at a later date. So I thought that maybe I should have documented it, because it took me many years to kind of get a £250 studio flat in Finsbury Park, which I lost. And again, we'll go into that at a later date. But what I want to do in this video is simply introduce myself. My name is Liz, and what you will be getting on this channel is a raw, honest kind of introduction and journey and guide to the homeless situation through the eyes of someone who's going through it and can articulate it. Because I feel not that the self-indulgent story of my life is important, but how the situation I find myself in can apply to anyone, how a lot of people are being let down, how, and on a bigger picture, just what happens when propaganda and toxic rhetoric within the media plays a part in this kind of divide and conquer game that can then be taken and applied to any area of life, whether it be subscribers versus subscribers, or any scenario where people believe themselves so different from each other, any scenario where instead of actually coming together, we are moving further apart, where we forget the message we agreed with when we were growing up, the message within the children's films we'd watch, where money is not as important as love and understanding for each other. One, kind of a running theme that we accepted and agreed with, one that we still accept as right to this day, where businesses are now falling over themselves to be ethical and to invest in various charities. But we hear it with one ear and we accept it with one ear, and with the other ear, we listen to something else which completely contradicts what we know. And if you take, any era and the fashionable kind of thinking of the time, We like this, but we don't like that. We think homosexuality is wrong, but we think this is right. Or no, now we like homosexuality, but we don't like this. If you just take a snapshot of any one particular era at any given moment in time, and you look at what we're saying, it's an incoherent position. So therefore, we, fashion has a lot to answer for, and we have a lot to answer for because we drive fashion. We say by actually agreeing with it. The kind of the model of status quo and mob groupthink, and by buying into it, we are allowing it to continue. So we hear with one ear one message that we agree with, and with the other ear, because something is fashionable, we throw it out immediately. So I want to kind of take people on a journey that gives a more honest point of view, from someone who would like to think of themselves as an individual who came from a good home and who has no real answers, who has some but no real answers for why my life went the way it did. Things are never black and white. So welcome to my world, and let me take you on a journey.